Welcome back to our series on double-stranded knitting. If you're not sure what double-stranded knitting is, then take a look back on the previous two episodes to get a refresher and to see what it's all about. And in today's episode, we're going to take a look at combining yarns to get a brand new weight. So we'll be seeing how you can take a look at two lighter weight yarns that are in your stash and what happens when you knit those together. Let's take a look now at how you can combine different yarns in your stash together to create different yarn weights. So we're trying to figure out how you can work your way from a DK weight up to a chunky weight yarn using what's at hand. So I've got like a mix of different types of fingering and double knitting and seeing how we can combine those together to get different weights. So we started off, first of all, I began with two fingering weights. This is Fino, and this one is just a sock yarn. So a kind of a thin, high twist, 100% wool sock yarn. Oh, might actually have a little bit of nylon on this one as well. So combining the two of those together, because a lot of people will have different weights of sock yarn at home, and perhaps you never get around to knitting socks, and if you don't want, so it usually tends to be socks or maybe shawls and things like that. But if you want to create a new fabric from it, putting those two together, this is what you get. So we went through a couple of different needle sizes and we found that the 4mm created a very nice fabric. That's always number one rule when you're knitting when you're combining yarns, is be very respectful of the fabric you're getting. Don't force it to knit at a gauge that doesn't work at. So it should be pliable but still have nice stitch definition. So combining those two fingering weights together with the 4mm gave us a gauge of around 21 stitches. So that's falling fairly firmly into a fairly typical DK or double knitting weight. So try out some different, the Fino is a single ply and a little bit heavier, so it's giving you a slightly looser gauge, whereas if you had another sock yarn, I suspect you might end up perhaps closer to 22 stitches per inch, but that is where swatching comes in to check where it is. But it's a good place to start. Two fingering weight or 4-ply weight yarns are going to get you pretty close to a double knitting gauge. So now you've taken a look at how you combine two fingering weights, and I'm going to move these over here because we're now trying to figure out how we can get an Aran weight. So what we were experimenting with was a fingering weight. In this case it is Bloss to Light, so it's a single ply woolen spun, so very fluffy and woolly, and we combined that together with a Bloss to DK weight. So the two of those together is going to look like this, and we did a slightly different one here. Let me pull in different yarns here. So this is the same thing, it's a DK and a fingering weight, but this time we went for a superwash and worsted spun. So worsted spun's a lot smoother, so this is the sock yarn and this was the superwash DK. So for these two, we use the same needle size, 5mm needle. Let me pull the yarn up here, make sure I'm telling you the truth. 5mm needle, same number of stitches, and you can actually see how big a difference it is. So both of the fabrics feel good. This actually is quite a nice fabric. Work feels nice. This is a little heavier, very Aran-y and fluffy. So this is another really good point, that when you combine yarns together, don't just look at the actual names of the weights, but also take a look at the yarn construction. So a little bit like the fluffy we were looking at before, where the fluffy yarn fills it in, woolen spun is going to kind of do the same thing. It likes to be knit a little bit more loosely, and the woolen spun effect when it's washed fills in. So you've got this nice marl here, and on 5mm needles, that is giving me 17 stitches per 4 inch. And for this combination here, when we knit it together, again 5mm needles, and that one is coming out about 18 stitches. So this is going to be what I would kind of consider a fairly typical Aran weight here, and this would be a heavy Aran weight, almost veering into a little kind of chunkier, heavier. So that brings us to our last combo, and I think this is often going to be almost the most useful, because a lot of us don't have chunky weight yarns in our stash, but you might perhaps have some DK weight yarns. And this time we've taken both of those. There's two DK weights and they're both superwash yarn, and they're both worsted spun, so very smooth. And we knit them together with a 6mm needle, which gives a pretty nice fabric. Again, this is always the number one priority when you're combining yarns, is you want to take a look at the fabric and make sure that it feels pleasant to work with and it feels pliable and it doesn't feel too loose. So that is, don't force it to do something that it doesn't want to do. And with that, we use 6mm needles, and it got a gauge of 16 stitches, which I think works pretty well with this. So you can probably see one thing that we didn't swatch, but I think that is going to create another even heavier yarn than this, is if you took this double knitting, which is the woolly spun, the woolen spun, much woollier yarn, and I'd say 6mm may even be too small for that. I'd say 2 of those together and probably a 7mm needle is going to give you an even chunkier yarn. I'd say it'd be more like 14, 15 stitches. So if that's something you're looking for, see if you've got woolly yarns and test it out to see. So the names of the yarns are really only a guide. You also want to look at how it's spun, what it looks like, and how thick it actually is, because, as I said, both of these are described as a 4-ply yarn or a fingering weight yarn, but they feel quite different as you're holding them. So yarn names can be a little deceptive, and nothing beats getting them on the needle to be sure. Thank you for watching. If you want to try any of the yarns out that we used in the videos, you can find a link down in the comment below. Again, don't forget to subscribe, and next episode we're going to be taking a look at some common problems and troubleshooting them. Give you lots of tips on how you can avoid them and how you can fix them if they happen.